Good morning, class.
Good morning.
Today's objectives are posted on the board. I'd like us to read those together. I can write and solve a multiplication problem. I can define multiplication. Good job. So, does anybody know about multiplication? No? Have you heard that word before? You have. Okay, well, before we talk about multiplication any further, I have a couple statements I would like you to read, and then I want you to circle the T if you think the statement is true, or circle the F if you think the statement is false. And you'll notice there's two columns. There's a before and an after, and we're just going to do the before. So then after today's lesson, we will look at this paper again, and we will do the same thing. So for the first one, let's read it together.
Wait.
Yes?
Can I borrow a pen?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so multiplication is repeated addition. So if you think that statement is true, circle the T. And if you think that statement is false, circle the F. Okay, and go ahead and read the next couple statements and circle if you think that is true or if you think it's false. How you doing? Good.
I have to put my name on my paper so I don't lose it.
Okay, good job. Can I ask you to read the sentence to me?
The second one.
Sure.
Any number multiplied by 0 equals 0.
Good job reading. Excellent. Okay, has everyone finished? Put your pencils down if you have. Good. Okay, and let's set those papers aside, and we'll come back to those after the lesson today. Okay, so I have some like little pom-poms here, and if I wanted to count those quickly without counting each one, is there a way I could do that? Talk with your neighbor and see if you can come up with a strategy. Okay, it looks like we're all done talking with our neighbors. Can I have a volunteer share their strategy?
Well, Bobby thought that it would be a good idea to use the arrays, like the things we learned in second grade.
Oh, an array. You learned about arrays in second grade. Can I have a show of hands who else learned about arrays? Good, okay, good. Well, let's talk a little bit about arrays, just so we can clarify. Would you like to show us what an array looks like? Okay.
It's got my little pom-poms. Just make them in a shape.
In a shape, okay.
I made mine into a square, so it has 3 on each side.
Oh, it has 3 on each side. What does that mean?
That I can do 3 times 3 to do it.
Riley. That is a very good strategy. So, students, Riley put all of these cotton balls in nice straight columns and rows. So if we split this up a little bit, you can see that she has 3 here, 3 here, and 3 here. So we have, how many groups do we have?
3.
3. 1, 2, 3. And how many are in each group?
3.
3, that's right. Let's count them. 1,
2.
2, 3. Very good. There's 3 in each. So if I wanted to write a multiplication sentence for this, I could write 3. I could write 3 groups, of 3. So we have 3 because there's 3 groups and there's 3 in each group. Good. Okay. Well, what if we had a whole bunch of pennies? Could we do the same thing? Could we make an array with pennies like this? We could.
I think so.
Okay. Well, shall we try? Okay. How about if you work with your partner to build an array? That's good. You have a big array. Good job. So this group has built an array, and tell me, how many columns do you have in your array?
4.
You have 4 columns. And how many rows do you have?
7.
7. So that array could be written like this. 4 times 7. Because you have 4 rows and 7 columns. Do you have a question?
No, I have a, well, sort of.
Okay.
Can't I write it 7 times 4, 2?
That is a great question. So, if we wanted to switch this, instead of being a 4 by 7, how could you make that a 7 by 4?
Turn it.
You could turn it. Excellent. Very good. Do you think you can make another array with the same pennies, but using a different shape or a different size?
Yes.
Okay, let's try that.
I mean that one.
My, you have a long array, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Good, good. That is an array. Now, how many rows do you have in that array?
14.
14 rows. 14. And how many columns do you have?
2.
2. Very good. So that array would be written 14 by 2. Good job. Okay, so I'm glad everyone understands the term array. Now I want you to think of arrays you see like maybe in the store or in your home. or here at school. Can you think of anything that comes in an array?
Ooh,
Yes?
eggs.
Eggs, they do come in an array. That's right. Can you think of any other item that might come in an array? Yes?
Gatorade.
Gatorade, yes. So they come, that's right, they're packaged. I think Gatorade comes in 6. Can you see that? And they're all in a pack, they're in a like a plastic wrapper holding them together. There's 2 in each row and then 3 columns. Good job. Okay, so let's talk about how arrays can help us do multiplication. Okay, so I'm going to take these pennies and set them up like this. So if I have those pennies right there, can you see that we can put this in a group, and this in a group, and then this one in a group? So if I separate those,
We learned that last week.
we did talk about this last week, that's right. So this is another quick review. So we have 2 in each group. And how many groups do we have?
3.
We have 3 groups. So when we write arrays, we write 4, or I guess depending on how many you have in your array, but the X symbol means by. But the X symbol also means groups of. So we would write this as 3 groups of 2. So it's the same as an array, 3, the X, and then 2. So 3 groups of 2. And that symbol right there also means multiplication. And that's exactly what we were doing here. So if we say 3 multiplied by 2, we could count these up and we would get our answer. So let's count these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we know 3 multiplied by 2 equals 6. Okay, so now I want you to write the multiplication problem. I'm going to put some pennies out. We'll do, okay, so right here. What do we have up here? How many groups do we have?
2.
2 groups, so write the number 2. Good. And how many are in each group?
4.
4, that's right. So we write the number 4. So now to write a multiplication problem for this, what do you think we would write?
2
2
times
times.
4.
Good, and you used a new word. What is times?
Isn't it the same as multiplying as the x?
You are exactly right, yes. So that X also means times. They all mean the same thing. Multiply, times, groups of, and by. So 2 times 4. And if we count those up, what is our answer?
8.
8. Very good. So we know 2 times 4 is 8. Good job. Let's do another one. Here, how about you put 2 equal groups out, or 3 equal groups.
May I have one more?
I guess I should.
I have one.
them in there. If you need more, take more. Great job. So tell us what you have here.
I have 3 groups.
3 groups, so everybody write 3. And now what do we do?
Then we have to do 5 times 5, because there's 5 in each group.
5 times 5.
No.
Oh,
We put down a 5 because it'll be 3 times 5.
okay. Let's back up. Where did you get the number 5 from?
Because I put 5 pennies in each group.
There you go. 5 pennies in each group. So 3 groups, and there's 5 in each group. So now if we were to count these, how many would we have?
15.
15, that's right. And I think I saw Bobby over there doing skip counting. Whoopsie. How many of you remember how to do the skip counting? Okay, can you tell us a little bit about skip counting?
Well, it's just you take the number. So if it was 5,
Mm-hmm.
you take that number, and then you skip all the numbers in between until you got to 5 double. So it'd be like 5, 10, and then you add 5 more to that without counting those numbers. 5, 10, 15.
Very good. I like the way you explained that. Good job. Okay, so can we do the same thing with these pom-poms?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I have to use all of them?
You don't have to use all of them. Okay, good. So this time, how many groups do we have?
3 groups.
3 groups, so everybody write the number 3. And how many are in each group?
3.
3. So lift up your papers. I want to see what everyone wrote.
Just a second, I'm trying to get it all down. 3
Good. I see everyone has 3 with the multiplication symbol and then another 3. Good job. So if we add those all together, what do we get?
9.
9. Very good. I want to check the time. Oh, 18 minutes.